This old Kanye tweet. My eyes are now wide open, and now I realize I've been used to spread messages I don't believe in. I am distancing myself from politics and completely focusing on being creative. He's not. He hasn't. He didn't do this. It has become just endless politics. It is a nightmare. Hello everybody and welcome to Kalbus. My name is Lumo and today we are looking at r/AgedLikeMilk, a subreddit dedicated to takes so bad that Father Time himself decided that he needed to step in. These are things that just got dumber and stupider as time went on, so let's just get right into it. Because why be prepared for a hurricane? I think it's a little too early, neighbor. Ian is still a tropical storm, 5 days away and the theme parks and schools haven't closed. Till that happens, relax. Ian hit the state as a massive Cat 4. Honestly, when it comes to weather, never take a chance. The end of traditional consoles, you say?
Face it, it's the end of traditional consoles and platforms. Stadia will dominate the gaming world!
Stadia has announced it will be shutting down, whilst traditional consoles and platforms are doing great. I love this image because it it implies that Steam will die in between the PS4 Pro and the Dreamcast. That's not just milk, that's whole on cheese at this point. They confirmed it today. I bet my left testicle that Apple will not put USB-C in iPhones. Ever. I'll be real, this is actually a very safe bet, but you cannot count on governments to protect your left testicle, and unfortunately, the EU, fortunately really, the EU has made Apple now put USB-C in iPhones as a standardized charger, which let me tell you, is so hot, and I hope that it happens here in America too, because by God, I would get an iPhone if it wasn't for the whole, wire bloat that would happen. Literally the day before. Oh dear. Adult content. Is adult-oriented content allowed on Tumblr? Sure, we have no problem with that kind of stuff. Go nuts, show nuts, whatever. And then they banned it in 2018, which resulted in a mass exodus of users onto Twitter. It was, a nightmare, but apparently Tumblr's new community labels have sexual themes, so Tumblr is revoking its ban. Oh, hell yeah. Much like when it comes to YouTube, you should never take your chances, which is why you need to subscribe, leave a comment, and most importantly, hit that bell. YouTube likes to not tell people when we upload, which is cringe. It's painful, it's evil, it's sussy. Google's been caught faking tasks on the algorithm. So hit that bell to counteract all of YouTube's sussy nonsense. The worms of modern humor are eating my brain. Let's just get back into it. Chris Pratt saying his Mario voice will be unlike anything you've heard before! And then it's just Chris Pratt. Then it is just Chris Pratt, with no accent or attempt made whatsoever. I do not get why Chris Pratt is playing Mario. Like, every other casting choice makes sense, but what did Chris Pratt do besides have a big name for this one? Drew was our last hope. Ned Fulmer, John Mulaney, and Drew Goodman are the golden trio that can never stop talking about their wives. Edit. Well, that didn't age well. Edit too. Well, that didn't age well. John Mulaney and Ned Fulmer were both involved in cheating scandals. Unfortunately, they will probably need to stop talking about their wives legally. Phew, disaster averted. Analysts predict a crash in the value of the pound if Jeremy Corbyn becomes prime minister. Apparently they're saying if the Labour Party won, then the pound would crash, but the pound has now suffered unprecedented losses under Truss, and Truss is now gone at the same time, so it's like, this is like quadruply aged like milk. No tolerance for sexism, unless we're the ones doing it. This is your regular reminder that we happily and proudly stand for social justice. We have no tolerance for racism, sexism, or harassment of any kind. If you're not with us, this isn't an airport, no need to announce your departure. One of their former employees has revealed that she was constantly harassed and unpaid throughout her time working at Rooster Teeth, including a nickname that, if I understand correctly, was a shortening of a slur. So, looking real good. Looking real good. America, 2022. Unemployment is at 1%, and crime is at an all-time low. Violence barely exists, with one exception. This is the opening of The Purge. So realistically speaking, maybe where we're at isn't so bad. We don't have The Purge. It's all this guy's fault. I seriously doubt there will be a major gas hike in our lifetime. Crude production in the US is at an all-time high. So we got a major gas hike. It's not very fun. It's not very good. I'm actually looking at getting an EV motorcycle. Fishing champions in 2021. Runyan Kamsky, Windfall Brawl, Walleye Slam, Loot. Northeast Ohio fishing report. They scored an amazing triumph last week. Okay, big fish. Apparently, these two got caught by putting weights in their catch to win prize money. They lost their sponsorships. They lost the championships. They had over 300,000 in prize winnings last year. So they basically have just been putting lead weights in the fish, and someone finally decided to catch them. That's sussy, but also funny. Comic from Simple at Times. Hey Archie, did you have any trouble rescuing me? I sure did. I had to beat off 3 other guys. I mean, this kind of makes sense that he had to punch them to get them away, so I get the phrasing. But it's like how any hard conversation or straight talk used to be called a boner. And that didn't translate well into the years. Sugar to lose weight. How sugar helps you avoid fattening calories. The only calories that make up your fat are the ones you don't use up. This was made by Big Sugar. So this is from 1961, and we now know that sugar causes empty calories, which can cause massive weight gain. So just do what I do. Eat nothing but fruit and beef jerky. A book I found in my friend's collection from her childhood. Jimmy Savile introduces Benjamin Rabbit to the stranger danger. Apparently several years after Jimmy's death, hundreds of cases of sexual abuse and oh, this dude was a creep to children. This dude was a creep to children, and he wrote a book basically saying, please avoid me. And with a face like that, by God, you should avoid him. Look at that. So terrifying. Why would you make that your, picture for your book? I really don't like this guy or hearing of him, but this was gold. 3 days ago, Kanye West hires Johnny Depp's lawyer Camille Vasquez from Amber Heard trial. 6 hours ago, dropped Kanye as a client. Look, there's a reason why we shouldn't focus on celebrities, and that's because they are all not only human, which makes them fallible, but they're also incredibly unhinged and detached from reality. Celebrity worship is bad for you. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it with influencers. You shouldn't do it with me. You shouldn't do it with Zen. You shouldn't do it with Markiplier or anyone of the sort. Make your role models people who are good to you in your life, not musicians, celebrities, influencers, etc. Still waiting for the second film in this endless franchise. Ghostbusters franchise is going to be endless, promises producer. So this is an article about the 2016 reboot. They said it's going to be endless. People are going to love this movie so much that they're going to demand more and more. And then the 2016 reboot flopped, and all plans for future movies were completely abandoned. Big Oofarino. How the turntables. Sad but true. Resident Evil. I saw you being born, and I saw you die. Someone made a meme about how Silent Hill died because of a lack of news in games, and then a couple days later, the 2 remake and a movie adaptation and a new game were all announced. Look, I'm gonna be real. I don't have a lot of hope for the Silent Hill 2 remake. It's Bloober Team, and their last game had some themes, let's call it. It was not amazing. Well, that took a sharp turn lately. I respect every trans person's right to live in any way that feels authentic and comfortable to them. I'd march with you if you were discriminated against on the basis of being trans. At the same time, my life has been shaped by being female. I do not believe it is hateful to say so. Look, J.K. Rowling's a TERF. Just straight up and down, she's a TERF. She literally uses the slur that she made for her universe to describe people who don't like her. So she's not exactly a good person, but genuinely, J.K. Rowling's behavior is well documented and is not the behavior of a nice person. Let's put it like that. Unexpectedly and fortunately, the trailer actually looked good. Hated making this because it's all plausible. This movie's gonna be frickin' garbo. Mario movie teaser trailer. There's 2 of them. Brooklyn, Fortnite, TikTok dance. Girl Boss Peach. This April will be super. Oh my God. That is just... I'm excited for the movie. I think Charlie Day and Jack Black are gonna kill it. Seriously though, Crypt Rat, not gonna... I don't believe. And that's all the time we have here today on Kalbus. If you like this, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, maybe share this with a friend who could use a reminder that Crypt Rat. If you want more r/AgedLikeMilk, there'll be another one popping up on your screen in just a couple of seconds, but until then, my name has been Lumo, and I hope to see you in the very next Kalbus video. Have a great rest of your day.